Welcome, one and all, to the Why Schwartz Market update for February 12, 2022. It's release weekend for Rent a Girlfriend. It's quite exciting. We've been seeing a whole lot of different nuances, differences between the English, let's say, format boxes that we had before, those tall little suckers, and now we got these small little suckers, right? Right, we got these little rectangles, I guess you could say. Is this really a rectangle or is it a square? Hold on. I actually do have a ruler here. It's 6. No, they're squares. Never mind. These things are squares. So we got these small squares happening here, and I have my niece over. It's the different niece. She hasn't. I've never asked her if she's watched anime. If she did, it's probably very little. And I'm more than guessing that she's never played card games. And I'm gonna have her open Rent a Girlfriend because we are teaching her how to gamble. We're going to teach her how to gamble. I think that's an important lesson in life. I know people like to teach their family or take their friends out when they hit 21, when it's time to do all that. They like to go drinking. I'm more of the gambling type side. That's what I did first when I hit 21. So we're going to go do that. It's in my blood. I'm going to go gamble, and we're going to have a lot of fun this weekend. It's going to be real cool. So Rent a Girlfriend came out, and that's what we're going to talk about today. That's why it's Why Schwartz Market Update and not any other news or anything like that. So what we got here is Rent a Girlfriend Season 1 anime. I actually made this video 38 minutes long. What this really is me taking the cards and showing the actual season of Rent a Girlfriend. So if you never watched Rent a Girlfriend, have no care to watching it, but you want to see what it is all about, that video literally takes the entire season of 12 episodes and jams it into one 38-minute video. That's really what it did. So what I tried to show you is the cards that were used, the reasons why you might like a certain character, why there's a lot of hate towards Mami, why people love Chizuru, why Sumi's really cute, which is why I used her picture here as the thumbnail. I wanted to do that. If you caught my first version of the video right when it came out, it had the music video in it. After like 20 minutes or so, it literally got taken down. Like it got taken down by YouTube and its system because it had the music video in there, which had a bunch of cards, and which was disappointing because the music video, the whole video was copyrighted. I don't care about that. But it was copyrighted to the point where they literally took it down. This version is also copyrighted. Again, I don't care about making money off my videos. One, I don't have 1,000 subscribers, so it doesn't matter. But two, I make these videos for fun. I could care less if it's copyrighted or not. They can have the money. I just do it so everybody can see where the cards come from, and so that you have an understanding about about the show itself. And even more so this time around, it explains the whole Rent a Girlfriend system, that whole idea, because some people aren't getting it, like as in they don't understand. You hear the name of the show and it's kind of weird, right? But that's what I am showing through this. So you can watch that video. It's a nice summary if you've seen the show already, but if you haven't and you have no plans to, if you got 38 minutes and you want to watch an anime, that's it. That's basically a re-edition, I guess, of the show itself. So it's copyrighted. I don't own it. In a way, I don't own it. The ad revenue goes to the people that own that show and the music and all that stuff. So that's where it goes at this point. So with Rent a Girlfriend, what we got? Booster boxes, and we got trial decks. Again, we got the little squares, 6 inches by 6 inches. So we got squares there. And then we also have trial deck. There is a lot going on with this. So let me just talk about number 1, pack update. Pack update. I've said this before, I'll say it again. We went from the old to the new. There's all these different cards in there. There's an extra slot. It says any rarity. What we're seeing with this box openings and all this stuff, everybody's confirming 1 SSP per case or carton. They call it a carton. So 1 case, 1 carton, 18 boxes. They will have 1 SSP in there. They will also have 2 SPs. So anybody that thought that this any rarity could just possibly give you like another SP, another SSP or something like that, that is totally wrong. You know, it's following exactly what the Japanese format has. And I can't say that when it comes to triple rares, double rares, or something like that. I don't have enough information on that. I know I got an email from someone telling me about some of this stuff. So, by the way, I did read your email. I'll write back to you. But again, thank you for your confirmation on a couple things. I definitely understood what was going to come out of this, and it makes sense. What I saw also picture-wise was 2 cases or cartons was equal to a master case. So it's not 3, it's 2. And then also this card could be common, uncommon, climax. All this stuff, this extra card, it could be any rarity, but that doesn't mean it's random. Like as in, there's still those guaranteed drop rates that we've seen in the past, and it's going to continue that way. So it's a little misleading when you're thinking about that it could be anything. Like you could have that possibility of having that SP over and over and over again. Like maybe inside of there you'll get 3 extra SPs, I don't know, but not really. That's not going to happen. Unfortunate, because that would add some variety. And the reason why I say unfortunate is because of this stuff. Right here on TCG Player, I will say this again, TCG Player is the place I use. There's other sites, other websites, other sellers that have varying different prices. But I use this for the ease of use. So make sure you understand that when I'm about to say all this. When you want to take a look at the trial deck is going to be insane. I know on Facebook, if you go out onto the different Facebook groups, you will notice right away, there are a lot of people that have opened trial decks looking for the Chizuru SP. All right, let's fire her up here. So this SP right here, people are looking for her. Inside of a case is 8 of these suckers, right? Again, we got 8 of these that way. There we go. There's Chizuru. 8 of them in there, and in 2 of them are going to be SPs of this lady right here. So there's pictures of people with like 8 of these, 4 of these, 16 of these SPs, right? You have plenty of people out there that opened it, which means 2 things. There is going to be a ton of trial decks, and with the set, knowing what the strength of the set, the playability of the set, that's going to mean there's going to be a lot of trial decks out there. There's also going to mean that there's going to be these trial deck displays. Remember, I said 2 out of 8 of them are going to contain this. It's not like you got to have some real luck to pull number 1 and number 2, you know, like the display number 1 and 2, and then have 6 left over that, you know, don't have SPs in it. But you may have 1 extra, you may have 2 extra, and that's going to be the scary part about this. This mapping thing is real, and I can tell you from looking at TCG Player on all this, when I look at the trial decks, when I look at the booster boxes, you need to be extremely freaking careful. I cannot tell you even more than that. It's going to be nuts. So trial decks, they're definitely getting eaten up there because people want to get these Chizurus. I've seen them sell for $450. We have Chizuru over here. Let me just bring her up. All right, so we have her for $475, $499. If there's a ton of people with these things at, let's say, $450, $400, something like that, the price will never hold. There's not going to be enough people to buy these things. It's going to be nuts, and that's what you're going to see with Mushoku Tensei. Have no doubt in my mind that this crap is going to happen with Mushoku Tensei. But with Mushoku Tensei, remember, there's 2 SPs, so there's going to be half the amount. But when everybody bought up all the supply of it, it's going to look pretty crazy. It's going to be insane. There's going to be a lot of product, and you can go on different sites and you will see what I'm saying, that there's going to be a lot of open trial decks. If you wanted a open trial decks with no possibility of the shiny card, they are out there, and it is really cheap. It's a battle to get rid of these things at this point. And I think that's where we're at. And yeah, you can see it right here. There's a ton of people with a lot of supply. That's really what I want to say about trial decks. I mean, not everybody's gotten their supply. We know that Weiss came out on their website. I said it in my last video, that there is a delay. There's a delay on this stuff. So you haven't seen it all. It hasn't all come out there, but it will. The thing I want to point out here is First off, if you know the person that was buying these things at $89, please let them know not to do that. It's freaking insane. You could see what happened over time. Like it was $89 that people were buying this at. Like I couldn't even believe that's real. But you have down here, let me zoom in, $89.99. That happened on January 3rd and January 9th. Like it's insane. And now we're at the point where at $66.90, obviously people getting supply, and not everybody's gotten their supply. Now, what I do want to say about the whole mapping thing. So for people that really haven't watched my videos, first time seeing this, never heard of the word mapping or dead boxes, when you have an actual case of this stuff, right, which is here, there's 18 of these things in an actual case now. So that's what we have, 18. And what we know is there is one SP and one SP and two SPs. That means 3 out of the 18 of these boxes has those sign cards in it, right? Here we are. These sign cards. Let me go back one. Not this one, because this is in the trial deck. But these 4 and these 4, okay? When you look at that, what is going on is you will have people that will try to open it until they hit the SSP or the 2 SPs. Some people might even actually, if they get the SSP, sell off the rest. And this is my fair warning again to all of you. If you go out on TCG Player and you are looking to buy random boxes from random people, you need to 100% take a look at their actual stuff they sell, cards they sell. I'm not going to do it, and I'm not going to point out the people that actually are doing it, right? This is what I noticed. So just to let you know, I went on here and I'm like, dang, someone's really selling boxes really cheap. Like it went from 70 down to 60, which is fine, right? There's always people undercutting. But then I was like, that's a weird number of boxes they're selling. There's got to be something up. And then I went on to their actual, you know, like I clicked on the name. I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to point out. I'm not talking about this guy. I'm not talking about anybody. But really, if you go, well, actually, I am talking about somebody. I'm just not going to tell you who it is. So if you go out here and you start clicking on names, like you go, I want to buy from this guy. Just pick a name on the screen. I want to buy from this guy. What you do then is you click on their name. Because when you click on their name, I'm going to actually do that. Hold on. I'm going to pick someone from Pokemon. That way, I'm not liable for anything in case they're not actually mapping. So I just picked random dude off of Pokemon, right? So let's just say I'm talking about Y Schwartz. This is Pokemon. There we go. So what you do is you hit shop from the seller, okay? And I know this is a Pokemon dude, but over here on the side, you're going to be able to hit Y Schwartz. They're going to sell Y Schwartz, and what you're going to do is you are going to look at what they're literally selling under Rent a Girlfriend. That's what I did. Because what I did was the guy with the unordinary amount of boxes, and then I started checking other people, was you can literally count that they have a certain amount of SSPs and they have a certain amount of SPs. And if you wanted to go one step further, you could even count up their double rares, right? Because with double rares, you know that you get a certain amount of double rares per box. This one's a little different. This Rent a Girlfriend's a little different, but you can kind of estimate on how much they have and how much they open. And when I did that, it pretty much landed within like a statistical variance of where it should be. So I was just like, okay, this guy totally mapped it. This guy is selling these boxes that are basically done. There was one where there was like a probability of an SP still in there, but they're like, you know what, I got the good SSP. I got the SSP out of there, and I got a good SP. And we don't know what order that happened in, right? More than likely for me, I would guess it would be they got an SP and then they finally pulled the SSP and they stopped. And when you took a look at the double rares and all that stuff, it made sense that that's what actually happened, and that's why there's a weird number of boxes. So you need to actually do the homework on that and make sure if you are going to buy from a certain store that you take a look at what they're selling. And I wouldn't even stop here on TCG Player. I would make sure that when you buy this, you either get a reference from somebody or take a look, because some of these people, some of these sellers actually have other accounts on eBay, Mercari. They might even have their own personal website, right? Like own company website that they sell on, and you want to make sure that you're not going to get screwed over. And I'm going to say that it's saying it's screwed over. You're getting screwed over. You're thinking you're getting a shot at a sign card. You're really not. It sucks. That's the reality of this. This is how it's going to go. These things are definitely mappable. You're going to get dead boxes. That's what's going to happen. I mean, there's people out there you can trust. But at the same time, there's some people that you can't. And since people know about how this thing works, you need to be very careful on what you actually buy. This set, why I say I'm only going to open like one of these, I'm only really going to open one of these boxes because I really like the anime. Like, I made that video showing the anime because I love the actual girls in it. But when you take a look about the playability, this thing sucks. It's no good. It is not good. I mean, you can win with anything on any given day, but I rather win with something that is fun to play with. I know people are saying it's okay to play with, but if you get dominated over and over and over again, I don't think you're going to have a good time. It's going to be probably really upsetting that you spent money on a set and tried to play with it, and it's really bad. So I don't see, for me, opening a ton of these. I'm not even going to open the thing and get a playmat out of it. To me, this thing is worth better sealed in the long run, in the hopes that a season 2, volume 2 actually comes out. That's where I'm landing on it, because when I look at the actual, when we take a look at the actual other cards, right? So we got here SSPs, we got here SPs, but when you take a look at the double rares, it's ugly. Like it's really ugly. As in price wise. So there's not really a lot happening here in terms of outside of the collectible card kind of deal, right? Like the playable stuff, it's going to be terrible. And let me go back. So what I want to say now then is people are like, okay, well, these people did the math. Remember back in the day I used to do like, can you make money off a certain set? This is one of those ones where I don't know if I even want to do that, because it gives people, in this case, the wrong impression. And what's happening here is we're going to just do some quick math. I already have it up here. I put little pictures because people like pictures, but reality, what I'm going to do is zoom in. Right? We have SSPs. We know inside of a case there is one of these things. And I took the average. As you can see, I put 950, 549, 600, 600 for all of my lovely girls over here. We did the average 674.99.5. And with the booster SPs, what we got out of here is you're going to get 2 of them. Again, our lovely girls over here off to the side. I put them down. And what you get is 265. Then what I did was, right, we get 2 and 1. So if you get the 2 and 1 and add them together, what we get is 1204. So the idea that people have in their mind is, if that thing is 1204, I think it's a 204. It's 1204.99. 1204.99. Like, just going off of those TCG player prices. Remember what I said at the beginning, that this is the site I use, but you know, there's other places out there. We have a case, and I went to this Pokemon guy, so let me go back. I need to leave you. Let me go back here to case. Here it is. Case 1109.99. So just by that number right here, like when you're thinking about this, 1109.99. But then I got these SPs at 1204. And remember, the weight is heavily carried by Chizuru right now. That number is not even right. Let me just say that it's not selling for 950. But we got 1109. So people are thinking, okay, well, more than likely, all I gotta do is just buy a case of these, open it, and sell the sign cards. Yeah, that works in theory, but then when you look back at the past couple sets, so if you look back at the past couple sets, have those really high cards sold, many of them. Was there a lot sold of them? Have there been a lot of people that stepped up and bought it? See, the thing is, there are people that want to target certain cards, right? Like there might be someone out here that wants 4 Sumis. So they're going to go out there and buy the single version. There's other people that are just going to buy their cases, and you know, they're going to get whatever they get, and if they don't get the card they want, they might go out and buy it. But there's going to be certain people that are going to be waiting for this stuff, and they're going to wait for it to drop, because this set is going to be opened. It's going to be opened, and again, the reason why they're going to open it is for the collectible cards. So if you have enough people doing that, these things are definitely going to drop because they think they can just make tons of money off this stuff. That's not how it's going to work. It's not going to work. You don't have the people buying it for the double rares. You don't have people buying this to really max it out because it's not really, again, not that playable. So your amount of people that are going to buy this that are waiting for the singles are very limited. And with the other sets coming out, right, what we got Mishoku Tensei, which is really strong. You got Hollow Live, which is definitely super playable. You know, it's strong depending on what you build. Tokyo Revengers, I have this feeling that it's going to be strong just because it's a double release. They're not going to drop the ball on that one. I can't imagine that this thing is going to suck. It can't suck. There's no way. So with all of that coming on, to buy into a set that's just really for collections, do you think these prices hold? Like what we had with the Quince. Like Quince for me is like one of those sets that, you know, it's strong when the volume 2 comes, if it does come. But until that time actually comes, what you're looking at then is you're having just really collectible girls. And what we have here is same idea, right? You have these cards at really, really high prices, but then when I click on them, right, Miku's pretty rare. When I click on them, when's the last time someone bought it? This was not that many. There's only 6 of them. And with the way this Rent a Girlfriend's being opened, you better hope there's a lot of people that are just waiting to buy this. But I don't think so. I don't think so at all. There's no way. So I know I'm rambling on about this, but just be very careful. I know people think that you can just make a bunch of money off this stuff. I would say do it on the right set. This one might not be the right set to do it on at all, just because of the playability of it. But I love the girls. I love the anime. I really like Chizuru. It was funny because every time I make those videos, like those kind of videos, like even the Bang Dream one, like it makes me want to buy more. It makes me want to open more and all that because it makes me remember the love that I had for the actual anime. And I've said this before, but people have issues with like these cards being like screen captures from the actual anime, and I'm like, to me, it's 100% fine because it makes me remember those memories. That's why I like making that video. Like that's more of a video for me to just go back and look and be like, so then when I'm holding this actual card, it reminds me of what happened in that anime. Maybe I'm just an old man. I'm already hitting that nostalgia phase of my life, but it makes me remember the good time that I actually had watching this anime. It's really cool. That's why I love this game for the collectability of it, the anime of it, and you know, it's actually a cool game. So it's nice. I like it, but just be careful. So in the end of the day, watch out for people mapping on you, and watch out for, I guess I would say, greed. Like if you're just going to, don't be that guy that buys a bunch of these, try to open it, and then now you have a bunch of SPs and you're screwed. You don't want to do that. And there's definitely more supply that's going to come. There's 100% more coming. And with the people tearing these trial decks open and all that, this is just the beginning. Can you imagine if they actually list that on here on TCG Player? That would just devastate the market, right? We got 8 right here. We got 1. I mean, just imagine what happens if someone comes in here with 2, and they're definitely gonna undercut, and it's just gonna spiral from there. It's gonna be ugly. And that's why I want you as my viewers to know that, yeah, I guess if you want to sell Weiss, you can. And at the same time, I wouldn't go nuts on it. There's only so many people out there that want to buy these cards. Okay. Double rares, like I said. Where are we at double rares? I just did an average, simple average. There we go. 401. Put all the girls in here. There's 10 double rares. It's a standard set, 393.5. That is only after one day. One freaking day. And as you know, from watching these types of videos when I did these double rares, right, like here we go. Ruby came out 464. I'm not going to use Data Bullet. Quince isn't good. There's been a lot of weird sets coming out. Anyways, even Sword Art Online, 451. Slime. What did Slime come out as? Oh, hold on. I hope there's nothing in here that I don't want to show. Okay, no. Okay. Even slime 832, 545. You have Rent a Girlfriend at 393.5. And partly the reason is this is amazing. This made me laugh a lot. I'm not laughing at the sellers, but again, this points out to me like the lack of unknowing. Because what happened across the board one day, like when this first came up, I was sitting there at like midnight. I don't know what I was working. I was sitting there at midnight, and I was I just wanted to see what would happen with the prices. And when I saw the prices, they were like five all the way across the board. Every double R was mapped to a $5 thing, and I'm like, ah, dang. And the weird part is when someone puts out cards, everybody's got to undercut. That's what happens, and that's what happened with slime. Remember slime? Slime came out. It's delicious. Meline came out at $20. I remember that to this day because the thing is, if someone sets it high, then people undercut, and then but it keeps that price high, right? So it went 20, and then the Meline went down to 14, and then it went eventually to 7. But this one started out 5, so if people wanted to sell these cards, they're like, oh crap, well, if these are all 5, then let me put them at 4. So it's almost like it's like racing. There's like this pace car, it's going. This pace car this time around put these suckers at $5. And when they did that, that's where it all starts snowballing. And I'm not saying that these cards should be worth more than $5 or anything like that. I'm not saying that at all. But having that happen that way, and you can already see the amount of supply 13, 12, 13, 14, 13. I mean, this Sumi's gone. But you could see right now that it's just going to be insanity when that extra supply comes. Because normally what I start seeing is the price starts really heading down on Tuesday and Wednesday. But because of this whole shipping issue, that's been happening around Friday, Saturday, or the following week after that. Right? Like we saw that with did I do that with Ruby? Now I didn't keep up with Ruby. There's no real point because I knew that thing was just going to drop super far down. But you could see that this is not going to be very nice. Like you're really hoping that you pull an SP out of your box. And the more and more I talk about this, I don't even know if I want to open this box. I do want these cards. I don't know if I want to open it. I almost like I might as well just buy singles of this thing at this point because that's just way cheaper. I mean, did you see the play sets on these things? People are selling play sets for like 250 with trial deck. We were at the point where it was 275 to have the trial deck and booster cards. Now we're at 250 with trial deck. So I guess we're gonna start seeing this. Can you imagine what Hololive's gonna look like? Or yeah, I guess Hololive. Hololive would be the one. Hololive's gonna be. I know there's like a million cards in Hololive, but at the same time, that's gonna be quite a show. So double rares, you're not gonna find a whole lot of value out of there. People priced it at whatever. Let's see where this Sumi. How many? Yeah, look at this Sumi. 9, 7. People are like, yeah, okay, that's way too low. But it'll be back. I don't imagine that it's gonna be gone forever. So then you're looking for shiny cards, right? We got the SSPs, SPs that probably are going to be hard to sell come a week from now, I think. And then we're down to SRs. So SRs, I do no freaking average on it, but you can see you only have 3. Let me just scroll down. No, there's a couple more. There's a lot more. There's a whole bunch of them that's above. I just went here, and there's a whole bunch of them above $5, but still, like, even though this one is a nice looking card, $50, I don't think you're gonna get $50 for it. So you can see there's some really high priced ones on here, and you're going to hope you can sell them. But there's also a lot of smally priced cards. So if you're not making money off of, let's say, your bulk and your double rares, you're gonna hope for your SP sell, but you're gonna have to undercut. And now you have SRs that are out here, but do they really sell? I think you have to drop them a bunch more. These prices are way too high. And that's what you got with the SRs. With the triple rare, same deal. Like as you can see here, not a whole lot of buying on these at all. I know it's only been one day, but partially because these things are way too high, partially people are getting their own cases, so they're not doing it, and the whole max rarity thing. So you have a really interesting set for how much I believe will be opened, and how much supply is going to actually hit the market. It's not going to be pretty. I'm still gonna open it. I'm still gonna have my niece open it. I just want to see what she does and thinks about it. It's all curiosity. I wonder if she's gonna play this thing. That's like a Super Bowl bet, Super Bowl prop bet, which I'm going to do with my sister. This is a side. So actually, I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna say my goodbyes, but I'll keep on talking. That's what I'm going to do. So for anybody that wants to get out of this video, that's all I had to say about this. Reddit girlfriend, be careful. It's not going to be like as profitable as you think. Like if you want to prove me wrong, go ahead and do that. But at the same time, I see the numbers and I can't imagine how this is going to go very well for a lot of people. There's going to be those people that have the name recognition, that have, like Trusted Sour, they sold play sets and all that. So they're good. They're golden. The people that sold play sets, that got these SPs, they can afford to drop it. The people that are just going to pick up this case and just start selling it all of a sudden, I pray for your soul, because it's gonna be bad. Okay, anyways, that's it. Have fun, good times and all that. This is my end of the video part thing that I like to do. So prop bets. This is gonna be fun. So tomorrow is Super Bowl. My sister and I always do this whole Super Bowl prop bet where we bet something. We normally bet food. It's more for the fun of it and not like I need to win money off of her. So like the prop bets are the ones where it's like, if you flip the coin, which one does it land on, heads or tails? How long they sing the national anthem and all that. I think I lost, I think the last 2 years, so I need to make a comeback here. I need to make it. I don't know. I think we actually bet. I don't even know how we came to this conclusion, but a loser has to buy 100 nuggets. I don't know. I must have been in the mood for nuggets. But 100 nuggets. I think the last year was like Chick-fil-A, buy a meal from Chick-fil-A and all that. So nothing crazy, nothing like you have to treat me to like some $50 dinner or something like that. But yeah, it'll be neat. Prop bet. So do you think niece, who possibly never watched anime, who possibly doesn't really play card games, will actually pick up White Shoe? She does have a roommate, so this is my thing. I'm going to try to get her to be like, hey, this trial deck you can play, and then you can take another trial deck that I have, right? Like I have a bunch of unopened trial decks. Hopefully she does, because then I can open 7 Deadly Sins. I actually did not open a 7 Deadly Sins trial deck. Those things are super cheap, right? Where are they? 7 Deadly Sins. 7 Deadly Sins. Let's go. Let's go. All right, $13. They made a little rise, right? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. The graph, that the little product that hasn't given up yet. So it's come back. Oh my god. What? What is that? $20? Someone actually, let me just zoom in. Look, someone spent $20 on a trial day. What? Why? Why is that a thing? See, when I say these prices are bogus, I can't believe it. There's like there's I cannot fathom how that's even a thing, that someone actually bought this trial deck for $20. It's no way. That's I'm almost like it's got to be a joke or a scam or something in it, and it's not even. It can't be. Like that doesn't make any sense at all. Especially when you have a 13, 13, 14. Okay, maybe I don't know these people. I'm just saying, maybe you don't like them. You skip that one, but you can't tell me you skip literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You skipped 8 people to go all the way down here to buy a $20 trial deck. That can't be right. And it's not like they have shipping on it. It's all included. Except for this dude. But they're all, I don't know. Maybe they're mapping. Maybe that person took my advice and they looked them all up and said, these guys are mapping these trial decks, so I'm not going to do it. It could be. I don't know. Anyways, I'm hoping that she's cool with that, and then we can open another trial deck, and then she can give it her roommate and play. I think that would be really cool. But I don't know for sure. It's going to be a toss-up. Oh, it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. I think it'll be cool. Anyways, what else? What else did I see out there this week? This week's been pretty nutty. When it came, good person out there did an auction of Bang Dream. So that would be Audrey. Oh, by the way, oh, I think I closed it. I'm not gonna bring it up. Anyways, Bang Dream Audrey went out there and auctioned her SP of Chew 2. You know, it's not even on here because it didn't sell. These things, 450. So now it's starting to come down. She auctioned off her Chew 2, and that went for $200. It's insane. Insane to me how like the lack of these cells or demand or whatever. It's what I always thought would happen with Bang Dream, but I didn't think it would be like so drastic as it's 200. The reason why I say it's so drastic because if you look at this card on Yuyute, that's definitely above. The Yuyute price is definitely higher than what we saw went for there. And I think partly the reason, if you're still listening, Audrey, is the fact that it was under the auction group. I had this talk with and I don't like that whole auction group. And it's not that I don't like it. So I'm not saying I don't like the people or anything like that. What I don't like about it is the auction group doesn't have everybody in the world possible to actually see these cards. You have a limited pool of people that actually see this with limited amounts of resources, right? Some of these people are rich. Some of these people aren't. And having that, not having it on TCG Player or a place that gets more eyes on it is going to limit your actual auction and how much it's going to go for. That's why I don't like going, let's say, if I had to sell, I wouldn't put it up on that auction group. That's what I meant by I don't like that group. I would not put my own card on there to sell because I can't guarantee that everybody in the world's going to actually see it. And that's what I want to actually have happen if I am selling a card, right? I don't, it might be faster. It's like my Neopet days, quick sale, $200. But if you put it out there on the trading post, like eBay or something like that, using my Neopets terminology, if you put it out there on it, it'll be there. People might not buy it right away, but it just depends on how quick you want the money. So to me, like throwing it up on the auction group is like a quick sale, and it'll get it sold. But can I actually say that Chew 2 really? The price of it's $200. Yeah, there was a sale at $200, but I think it was one of those ones where since the whole market wasn't involved, it's not really 100% true, right? You could say it's like 80% true, but not 100%. That's like aftermarket or before the market opens, the stock market. Like you have trades, because some people don't know that, right? Like the stock market opens at a certain time during the day, but you can actually make trades before it opens, officially opens, or after it closes for the night. So just because it hits 4 o'clock and that's when the stock market closes, you can actually make trades after. And that auction group to me is kind of like that, where it's a place that people can buy and sell, but because you're limiting the amount of people to go into that market, that price isn't officially 100% true. But at least it's good to know that Chew 2 will actually sell for $200. So now you're kind of range bound, right? You know it's between 200 and something else. Um, but I take it as a data point of a minimum, but not that it's 100% true. Hey, I think that's everything. I still am surrounded by work. Lots and lots of work, unfortunately. It's just been nutty how much work I've been having to do, but that's how it is. We gotta all pay our bills, and then that would be it. So I will, oh, by the way, if you haven't gotten your significant other a gift, when I came out here on TCG Player earlier today, I'm like, what the heck is wrong with the screen? It's because they put this giant banner across. A special gift for your boo this V-Day. You get it? Oh, boo. Give them what they really want. I showed this to my wife. We don't celebrate Valentine's Day. It's more of a her thing. She says she doesn't want to do it. Her birthday's coming up anyways. But she doesn't like... She's one of those ladies that said, I don't celebrate Valentine's because it's that whole Hallmark thing. Which works out for me because I don't have to buy anything. I'm cool with Valentine's Day. I'm good. Like we can do it, we can not do it. Like whatever the case. I think in my mind I kind of like doing it just because it just adds another day where you can do something special. And then people are out there right now that are saying you should make her feel special every day. Well, yeah, but then like it's kind of like a set kind of schedule thing where you should really do something and make it a special day. Uh, because it's not like every day. Ordinary human beings can't make every day special to everybody, right? That's not a thing. You got to have like some amazing amount of stamina and endurance to do that. And that's not me. Work is killing me and I can't do that. I showed her that picture and she doesn't want a TCG player card. So TCG player kind of lied to me on that give them what they really want. She doesn't want cards. I'll tell you that. She doesn't want cards at all. Anyways, have fun, everybody. As always, have fun. Take care. If you need anything, let me know. Write me. Talk to me. I'm always here to listen to you. Anyways, and don't spend anything outside of your budget. See ya. Where's the stop button?